Welcome, y'all. I wanted to come out and just say something right quick. Do a little something different. You know, I got a lot of knowledge that the Lord has given me to share, and I just wanted to give you guys a little topic. Not too long. Um, Stop through, ask some questions if you would like. Um, but this is basically just coming out of Proverbs because daily as I be out here from city to wherever city God sent me, I always would like to talk about the things that happen that I see every day. And most of the time, I see black people, I see white people, and I also see Chinese people working together, especially in Meridian. But one thing I noticed is that everybody's afraid to have that conversation. You don't have to be afraid to have that conversation. But the moral of this, is basically just to show the lack of faith. How do you know when you have a lack of faith? And I said, feel free, ask any questions you would like to ask. But when you out here in this world and you're trying to figure out how can I maintain a sense of positivity, some people say, well, I don't know how to be positive. Well, it starts with a mindset. At first, it starts with a spiritual faith. In order for you to get farther in life, you don't have to see people correlate money and success with being farther in life. That's not the case. You can get much farther being spiritually sound than financially sound. So I'm just gonna take about 10 minutes of your time, see what y'all guys think, and let y'all know how I feel and how you feel. Like I said, feel free to ask questions, So, and let me know if you can hear me good too as well. So this is where we're going to start. But there's 3 points to knowing that you have a lack of faith. The first point is being unaware of your actions and your consequences. Being unaware of your actions and your consequences. In Proverbs 1:7, it says this. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despite wisdom and instruction. And let me know if you can hear me or not. But once again, in Proverbs 1:7, it says this. And we're talking about the lack of faith. How do you know if you have lack of faith? How do I gain more faith in my life? It says this. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despite wisdom and instruction. Now let's talk about that. Fools despite wisdom and knowledge. How many people have y'all came across that do not listen to anything you say? You know what I'm saying? You can tell them, God's telling me to tell you this, but they still don't listen. And once again, I repeat this message. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. They say, well, this man is wise or this woman is wise. We must not take for granted the wisdom that God gives us. He gives it to us for us to be able to share it and bring others to us before our platform that we have be taken away. And the reason why I say that we must use this knowledge right now to help the people and not use it to deceive the people, because if we use our knowledge to deceive people, how can we say that we're going to heaven? There's be a lot of Christians out there we talking about, God been blessing me. But as soon as you get somebody under your wing, you showing hypocrisy behavior. And I'm not going in on Christians. I'm just going in on religion. Because God always He tell us this. We should not be big. We should not have much respect for people. Not don't disrespect them, but don't be idolizing people, because we all are flawed. You gotta look past all the glitter and the gold. You gotta look at a person's spirit. The fear of knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's in Proverbs 1:7. But fools despite wisdom and instruction. No matter what you do, you cannot help save everybody. You can give your advice, but if they don't listen, then you do not have to subjugate yourself to what they may put you through. Sometimes we say, okay, well, this person did me wrong. Well, God gave you insight already that they're not listening to you. So why do you continue to put yourself through a situation like that? Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. And when I say that a person don't listen, doesn't mean that they're dead. It means that they're spiritually shut down. So no matter if God can't get through them, what makes you think you can get through them? I mean, just think about that. If God can't get to a person, what makes you think you're going to get to him? So this is the time right now to use your knowledge to spread the message, but to those who want the message. Does that make sense? So that's one of the points to be able to identify people with lack of faith. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they have a long way to go. We all have a long way to go. Me speaking to you, I have a long way to go. And it takes courage to get up here and speak about these things. Trust me, it does. Like I said, once again, feel free to ask any question you would like. I'm doing this for y'all. I ain't doing it for me. I don't care about the views and the likes. I don't care about that. I honestly don't. The second point. When you come across a person who doubts God exists, you must understand one thing. It's not your job to prove anything. It's your job to live your life in the best example that God has taught you to live. Once again, I say that. It's your job to live the way God has taught you to live. I'm talking to you. You to live. When you're trying to get people to believe that there is a God, you end up putting yourselves in situations that you don't need to be in. Like I said, once again, fools despite wisdom and instruction. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. It means that they have a long way to go. Because at one point in time, we had a long way to go. And we still got we had a long road before into now. So one point I want to make too, along with that, is that if you come across a person who doesn't believe, it's not your job to judge them either. Because people who don't believe, and you judge them because they don't believe, how can they say they can believe in God when you're not doing right? When you judging them because of how they look. You judging them because of how they talk, what they got. Your eyes are your enemy. Your eyes can be your enemy, or your eyes can be your savior. This is what I'm saying. Your eyes can be your enemy, or it can be your savior. Because God show you things, and if you listen, you'll be delivered. But if God show you things and you don't use your eyes to see, then you'll start looking things from a fleshly standpoint. See, this conversation is more spiritual, just for my spiritual people. My spiritual people who believe that we don't look at what a person on the outside of a person, whether man, woman, LGBT, whatever they are. They are human beings. But at the end of the day, it matters, what is your spirit like? Continue to put yourself around people who have matching spirits. And you won't have to worry about wondering, how can I save somebody? Go out your way to help somebody. Go out your way to make sure that somebody is loved. You're like, oh man, this person can't be loved. What about you? You want God to forgive you? You ask God to forgive you for your sins every night. But you want to judge somebody who look less than who don't look like you look, or who don't talk like you talk, or who ain't from where you from. And another thing, in our black community, I love my people. I love all people, but I love my people especially. I'm not afraid to say that. I want to say this. We got to stop with this. Just because a black man talks properly, that he ain't black. Or just because a black man is light-skinned, that he ain't black. We all got the same struggle. Whether you know it or not, it's things that he fight that you don't know he fight. And it's things that she fight that you don't know she fight. We need to correct ourselves before we try to correct other people. We need to get our communities in order before we run over here to this community and try to help them. It's called, okay, well, you got to play the game from the inside out. That's what most people get swallowed in at. Because if your spirit is not strong and you got lack of faith, you're going to be swallowed up. This system is a beast. This system is a beast. What's up, my boy? Fella, what's up? You already know it's all love. But this system is a beast. Compromising yourself and looking at other people because they look different from you to get ahead. I always say this. I always tell my brother, it's not about who finished first. It's how can we finish together. You don't want to help this man because you feel like, man, black people, man, I can't help black people. Oh, I can't help white people because white people gonna challenge. Oh, I can't help these people right here. I can't help this. I can't help these. But you want God to help you. And when God sends somebody that really need help, but you so caught up in your opportunities and what you want, you turn a blind eye to the people who really need help. But you expecting to get into heaven. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But I love you. That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I love you still, regardless. But if you're not for truth, what's the use of we having a conversation? If you're not for spiritual uplifting, spiritual truth, and you cannot even open your ears and eyes and mouth to receive spiritual knowledge about the universal God that got us all here. But you want God to help you. Oh, God sent you to do a great work, but you still judging your own people. They say, oh, an Antichrist. The Antichrist ain't just going to be one person. You know, the devil works in the spirit of legions. The Bible says the devil have a spirit of legions. That means that he can work through anybody. He can work through 4, 5, 6 people at one time. Why you think when it comes to politics, you got these group of people who all collectively working together to get one goal? And we don't know that goal, but we have an idea what that goal may be. It could be oppression, because we know it ain't freedom. Freedom. So we must be careful when we call one person an Antichrist. Nah. But to get off of that and to get back on the same subject, that's how God worked too. God is powerful. We must forget, where did Satan come from? He didn't come from himself. He didn't create himself. God created each and every human being, whether they're negative forces or righteous forces. My mother always taught me that she always tells me that God reigns on the just as well as the unjust. But God works in the same way. When two or more are gathered, who is in the mix? Allah, Yeshua, God, Jesus. They all the same thing. They just got different names. If you didn't know me, and if I was from Middle East and you didn't know me, and what people call God or Allah in one area, and I come to this place and I come to your house and I say, I worship Allah, and you say, well, I worship God. They the same thing. It just people have different languages, so they have called God different names. But that doesn't mean that they hate, that they are hate or they rebels, or that doesn't mean that. We got to break ourselves away from this crazy system that is teaching you and I to hate each other just because of the fact of what we represent. I can represent my people, and you can represent yours. But that don't mean that we gotta hate each other because of that. You look out for your family, right? I look out for my family, right? But in reality, we all a family. It's just that my intermediate circle is who looks like me, so I have to help them because I see what the oppression that they going through. Just like you doing with yours. But to do it unfair, to run a race unjustly, that's what people call racism. Think about it. Racism. Everybody's trying to get to a finish line. But we don't know that this finish line that we're trying to get to, we're going to have to finish it together. But your brother, whether he's white, black, Asian, whatever, your brother that's running the race with you, he must be able to look at you equally and say, if I pass you this toll, you will pass it to my other brother. Because if I pass you this toll and you take this toll and you run it and forget about everybody else who trains you to run this race, then you're selfish. And I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. Because I'm not here to judge. I'm just giving you guys pointers on the difference between having faith and lacking faith. Having faith and lacking faith. You got to have faith in order to believe in your brother, to believe in your race, to believe in what you call your people. Because at one time, I'm telling you, the spirit has no color. God is not a he. God is not a he, nor is God a she. God is a spirit. Look it up. I'm not finna baby you. Look it up. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, look it up. You got iPhones, you got Google Plus or whatever they call it. That little thing they call it, you just holler it out what this is. You can look it up. Look that up. Ask that thing, whatever it is. Say, is God a he or a she? A male or a female? You probably get an error. Because God is a spirit. And you and I are one spirit. But we must have faith to believe that we are one spirit. So love your brothers and sisters who don't have it yet. They just need more patience. And can y'all hear me a little bit well? I don't know if y'all can hear me pretty good. It's just I'm starting to set this up, so it's a little. I'm still working through the difficulties and stuff, but I want to repeat one more verse. I said Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despite wisdom and instruction. So you want knowledge, right? Go look at the kings prior to King Solomon. God asked him, what did he want? And instead of Solomon asking for riches, I may be wrong. Yeah, I may be wrong, but y'all correct me. He asked for knowledge, wisdom. He asked for knowledge and wisdom instead of asking for riches. If God came to you today, what would you ask for? That's the real question. If God came to you today, what would you ask for? I'll wait. See, God got to check your heart. He going to check your heart before he do anything. You talking about you want to be a part of this, and you want to do this, and you want to get on top. What's your heart like? What's your heart? That's why I try to tell people. I'm not judging nobody. I just want you to understand that if anybody who say they want to do something, heart is not involved in it. All the people I know, my closest friends, and they know who they are. My closest friends, they taught me this. Because at one point in time, my heart wasn't right. I know that's a little shocking, but my heart wasn't right. I had hate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that, big dog. I had hate in my heart because I read about what happened to our people. But then guess what happened? When I started just having just all that hate in my head, I couldn't see the people that God was sending me who were trying to help me too as well. And that hate did something to me that I can never take back. Exactly. We did it together. And that's what it's going to take. Doing it together. But you gotta have patience and faith for each and every brother that doesn't understand it quite yet. Quite yet. So my brothers and sisters, Flo, what's up? I just seen that. What's up, Flo, man? I love you, brother. Love you, Sean, for real, man. You're my brother, man, forever. Just understand one thing, y'all. That God do not look at how we look. He look at what's in here. The heart. If you ain't got the heart, don't get in it. Go somewhere in the mountain somewhere and just chill out somewhere. Because we don't need you. We don't want you. We don't want you around us. And the people out here in these streets claiming that they gang banging, it's easy to kill your own kind. But my real people know what I'm about to say. My real people know what I mean. It's easy to kill people who look like you, but you ain't got the courage to stand up for the people in your own community, standing up against these people that's killing your own people. All these gang banging with these guns and shooting and killing all this stuff. Oh, I'm a this, I'm that. But then when it comes down to standing up for our sisters and brothers that's getting beat down in the street, you can't do that. Oh man, I ain't with that. Oh, but you want me to take 20, 30 years killing my own people. See, I ain't finna correct them, I'm finna correct you, our people. So we can't get mad at other people if we ain't correcting our own issues. So I'd like to open up this floor for those who are watching, and which I really truly appreciate you coming on. I kind of went out the handle a little bit. Y'all forgive me. This is my first time well, not my first time. I did this a couple of years back, but I'm just not getting back to it. But I'm opening up the floor, man. Y'all have any questions, y'all just, put them in the chat. And let me know. Let me know what you got to say, because I can go on and on, but I do want to give you guys a chance to ask a question to for the people that's out there that's looking and watching. And I'll give you about a minute or something. All right. No questions, but it's still fine. It's cool. Not a big deal. All right. So I'm gonna go to the last point, my final and last point. And I'm just speaking straight out of Proverbs. It's a conspiracy that the person who wrote Solomon was black now. Look that up. You may find something out. And you know what? It really not all the time, all the way about like who was black and who did this. But it kind of is though, because all we've been taught in our whole life was that people don't look like us. We take treasure. Like when Black Panther came out, we were happy about that. You know what I mean? So we just taking a little bit of pride in having somebody who look like us that can be as smart, because slavery taught us so much. It didn't teach us history. Slavery didn't teach us. It taught us mental issues. It taught us things that we can't, that spirit that's passed down from generation to generation. And you may wonder, why this person acting this way? Why this person kissing up and acting this way? Because you never know. It may be a spirit in him passed down from an ancestor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, but maybe, his ancestor was Uncle Tom. But I know who my ancestors were. My ancestors was in the field. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to, just knock anybody. Man, I love all people, because I got a couple of white friends too who done helped me, and like they done gave me wisdom and showed me like, hey, I see you doing this or whatever, and we appreciate that. But one thing I always tell them when I do come across that, I tell them all the time, hey, don't try to sing me out though. I don't think different than my people. I'm just like them. And my black people, we can't look at all white people as people that's gonna hate you and kill you, because I can't lie, man. Back in the civil rights, man, a lot of things that happened with us getting voting rights would not happen without the freedom riders, and some of those were college students that were actually white too as well. So we gotta give white people some credit somewhere now in helping us. But that don't mean that we have to. White people respect you more when you be yourself. Most of the time, white people don't even want you to say all that yes, a master, and yes, a boss, and all that yes, sir, all right, shucking and jiving. White people, they respect you for just being you, because at the end of the day, they understand what happened. And when you run across people like that, they'll help you, man. They'll help you. But you got to understand one thing. It's not about getting help. You must know where your help come from. That come from Allah, Jah, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's where that help come from. Because when we all pass this work as people, black, white, Latino, whatever y'all, God ain't going to say, well, you're black, you get in, you this, you go out. No, he's going to look at your spirit and how you treat people. So treat people the right way while you can. Because there's going to be a time with this social media platform stuff that we doing, oh yeah, they're already silencing certain people. That little Facebook jail. How the hell, excuse my language, how the hell Facebook get a jail? And it's asking you what's on your mind. Am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong. How can Facebook put you in jail for asking you what's on your mind? You know what I mean? So you want me to tell you what's on my mind, but you're gonna punish me for saying what I truly feel. Okay, what that sounds like? You know what that sounds like? That's why I say don't put everything on social media. It's all right to speak what you know, speak what you're trying to do, how you're trying to handle things, how you're trying to, come up or promote your activity or whatever you're promoting. Promote it. But understand that this is a government website. I don't know if this video will get posted. It was supposed to be about just faith, but we took a little turn. But we're gonna try to direct it. But the truth is the truth. You can't hide it. So my thing to you guys is, male and female, for those who are watching, trust the Lord, man. If your circle ain't telling you about God, you don't need to be around them. Or Allah, Jah. If they ain't trying to help you increase your spirit, what's the use of being around them? Either it gonna come to a point where when it comes to making a spiritual decision, who gonna make that decision for you? That's why you gotta respect your elders. Because once you respect your elders, guess who you gonna respect? You gonna respect your ancestors. Out here running around treating your own people the wrong way, but you ain't got no respect for your ancestors. And I hate that it's like I'm venting. I'm not venting, I'm just telling the truth. Walk around here with your pants down. I mean, look, I understand that. You're going to be you. You're going to be that. I understand that. But when you get knocked off and they put you on these CNN news and stuff, you know what picture they going to show? They ain't going to show the good side of you. They're going to show you with your hat to the back. They're going to show you with money, doing all this, whatever they be doing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to show you with all that. They ain't going to show you graduating from a college. They ain't going to show you working at a good job. They ain't going to show you with your mom and your sister and your brothers. Because the media has always had a narrative against people like us. And I'm not trying to say that to be me. I'm just saying we have to change the narrative. And when we change the narrative, that means that we have to change the way we come outside and look. You know what I'm saying? Come outside looking a mess, man. Put some clothes on, man. Put a belt on. That don't mean you soft because you got, you know what I'm saying, a little tie or something like that. Or you got you a little, that don't mean you soft. That don't mean just because you got your pants up that you ain't about it. That don't even mean nothing. You ain't about it. You no gangster, because when it come down to standing up for what's right, you take a back seat. But it's easy to go out there and do some dirt that don't do nothing but destroy. What are you doing to uplift? That's gangster to me. I don't know about the people I know that's close to me and I'm close to them. What's gangster to us is going out there and lifting and showing love to each and every human being. Spirit, faith. See what I'm saying? Spirit, faith. That is what gets you ahead. I don't care. I love doing music. Y'all know I love doing music. People know I've been doing music for a long time. I don't care about all that stuff. Because if certain people ain't free, if certain people can't go outside like I can go outside, then what's the use of having it all? What's the use of me sipping on this and sipping on that saying I'm blessed, but then my brother over here struggling? Oh, I ain't gonna give him nothing because he don't want to do nothing in his life. Oh, this who he want to be. What if God would have told us that when we didn't have nothing? See, certain people be forgetting where they come from. And that's the problem. Stop forgetting where you come from. But I'm going to try to do this live again. And also remember this, y'all, man. Don't hesitate to ask a question now. Don't be afraid to ask a question. Ask something. Because, I'm always willing to answer. That's what I'm here for, man. I ain't here for me. I'm here to make sure that I give y'all the best wisdom y'all can, that y'all have the truth of faith and understanding something. You ain't got to go to church every day, every Sunday. Go out there into the world. Go out there and meet people. Go out there and give some people. You see people on the street. Oh, they scammers. They ain't no scammers. How you not know if that's God right there? Go get them something. Get them $1 or something. If you don't want to get no money, go up in the store, get them something to drink. Get them a drink or a burger to last for the day. That's your tithing right there. So stop believing these myths about, okay, you got to be in church, and if you don't go to church, you don't get blessed. That's not the case. I'm not criticizing church. I'm just saying. How often was was Jesus in the church? Jesus came in the church and flipped the table over. Imagine one of us doing that right now. And the same people who crucified Christ, it wasn't the people out there in the street that they say he was hanging with. It was the people in the church that crucified Jesus. Church is good, but church is in your heart. And if you ain't got it in your heart, ain't no way you can survive out here in this crooked world. Because you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for nothing, which is quoted by a lot of philosophers, a lot of great people. If you don't stand for nothing, where's what? You'll fall for anything. So find your purpose, find your faith, but don't fall for everything. Because if you don't find a mission or purpose right now, and in this future that we coming up now, lack of interpersonal relationships, social distancing, mental illness, anxiety, all that coming up in the future, and you talking about God, you talking about you blessing you and God, but you can't even help nobody besides you. Do you not know what's finna come up? I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just letting y'all know, man. Look, live your life, treat people right while you're here. But at the same time, don't look down on nobody just because of the way they look. Because you don't know where they came from. They see these braces, they don't know me. I ain't saying I'm the baddest man in the world, but you really don't know me. Because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what the people I know that's been through it too. So I'm not finna allow you to judge them. Regardless if they're white, black, or Asian, Latino, I'm not finna let you judge none one of them. And I'm not finna let you judge yourself. Love yourself. Alright? Love yourself and learn faith. And my last point, my last question, I'm gonna go from here. I said Proverbs 1:7. Look it up. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despite wisdom and instruction. Don't be a fool. If you know what people telling you is right, listen to it before it's too late. If you know people telling you right, listen to it before it's too late. Don't just listen to everybody now. Make sure they talk it's right. You know what I'm saying? Don't just listen to everybody. But if you know that it's coming from a good place and they're really trying to help you, listen to them. Develop your faith and become the person that God wants you to be. Not what this world wants you to be. Not what social media wants you to be. But what God wants you to be. Thank y'all for coming through. Also comment and let me know, should I do this again? And I will do it for y'all. Because like I said, it ain't about me. It's for y'all. I promise. right hand. I'm just doing what the Lord telling me to do. So, much respect, peace to y'all, and much love and much blessings. Remember that Proverbs 1:7. That's your start of wisdom. You want to become wise. You want to become a woman or less, a woman of God or a man of God, or just a spiritual person. You ain't gotta pray every day or all this like that. You want to become a better person. Start with Proverbs, and God gonna take it from there. Thank you, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You're awesome too as well. Thank you for coming. Thank you for chiming in. I really appreciate that. So, like I said, guys, after the video, just um, comment or something. Just say, should I do it again? And I'll do it again for y'all. We can meet back at this time every day around this time. We can meet back. And maybe people have more questions. It's the first time. I just popped up with it. So, much respect, many blessings y'all way. God bless y'all. Make it once a week. All right. Okay, I do that. I'm pretty sure everybody agree with that. I'll get that started for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just continue to do what I gotta do, and maybe I can have more content for y'all too. Instead of just going off the rails a little bit, I can I just it's just a passion. I love helping people. That's my passion. I love music, but my passion, I do music to help people. But I haven't even promoted none of my music on this because it ain't about that. It ain't about the music right now. I love music, but it ain't about it. It's about helping people become stronger, regardless of what they look like, regardless of how everybody else feel, how to love people regardless. Because I'm telling you, this next wave of life that we finna go through, especially after this post-pandemic, we're gonna have to truly be ready, heart, mind, and body and soul. So, like I said, I probably try to see if I can do it around this Tuesday. But like I said, I'm always open to anything. Y'all just inbox me or whatever. But I thank y'all once again, and my brothers, y'all know who on here that's watching y'all. I love y'all. I love my sisters on here too, regardless. I love y'all. Just send me an inbox or whatever. How I go from there. All right, y'all. Much respect, much blessings, and much peace, y'all.